Hello, friends and family. It's day 104, cycle 5, day 19. I'm Jen, and today and every day we talk about my quest to crush aggressive diffuse large B-cell lymphoma, DLBCL, stage 4, using the R-EPOCH immunotherapy chemotherapy cocktail to crush non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Thank you so much for joining me on the journey today. Let's get into it. My daily thought. So I'm going to start with a thank you to all of you for indulging me on my off-cancer topic of organ donation. I hope that you could see that this is a very important and passionate project for myself and my family, and that sharing our story helped you all understand how important this topic is, and maybe helped you to consider, if your driver's license doesn't already say organ donor, that maybe you'll consider adding it on. And further, speak to your family about it when you make that decision so everybody's on the same page. Thanks. All right, let's get into it. I've got some quotes for you. Okay, first quote. It's easier to whisper your feelings than to trumpet them forth out loud. Anne Frank. Second quote. It's not sissy to show your feelings. Princess Diana. It's not about what you didn't feel. It's about what you didn't show. Unknown. So, I don't know if you guys got the little message there, but we talked a little bit yesterday about sharing our feelings with our loved ones in the event of, in the form of a letter. And that got me to thinking, and that's where these quotes came from. It's really, really important that we share how we feel with our loved ones. I would prefer that you do it while you're around, but minimally, we should provide them with this beautiful gift, I think, of that message after you're gone. And I would further suppose, as I was thinking about this over the last 24 hours, that I was being very one-dimensional when I said write a letter. I'm like, write a letter, record a video, record audio, write a letter with a video or with audio. Because if seeing your handwriting is a gift, imagine the blessing of hearing your voice or seeing your face, telling it to their face, right? Just the way we're doing right now. So I kind of feel pretty passionate about this. I think that this is like an important thing that we should all be doing. I'm not sure why we're not kind of taught this, honestly. You know, I hope that everybody recognizes that tomorrow is not guaranteed, no matter the status of our health. And leaving this kind of legacy, this gift for our loved ones is just beautiful. I don't know when we would start this. Is this an exercise we start when we have a certain age with children? You know, what would you want to say? I don't know. It's kind of a grave topic, I guess. I'm not sure how you start the discussion. I'm going to have to give that one more thought. If you guys have any ideas down below, is it something you don't talk about until your teen years? I don't know. I'm not one to shy away from the hard topics, so I'm thinking I would probably do it before the teen years. I'm just not sure how I would approach it. I'm going to have to give that a little more thought. What if you guys think about it? So I guess let me give you a little background on not shying away. So I think you all know, this is not my first rodeo with cancer. When I first had, my first time having cancer was about 15 years ago. And at that time, my children were quite young. I guess right now they're 21 and 23, almost 21 in a few days. 23, is that right? Yes, 23, 24 this summer. So I guess 15 years ago, they were 8 and 5-ish, 5, 6. And I went through chemotherapy, and I was much, in my opinion, I was much more impacted by the chemotherapy that time, in the sense that I was just what you would think of as a traditional cancer patient. You know, I lost a lot of weight very quickly. I couldn't eat. I was vomiting. I lost my hair just the way I did this time. But, you know, all those symptoms of the traditional cancer patient symptoms, I guess I'll call it. It was very difficult to keep my blood counts in, you know, even close, even with the shots and everything. I was neutropenic, and my red count came down, like all the traditional symptoms and signs. And it wasn't during a global pandemic where everyone was very aware of germs and protecting folks and everything like that. But we were fairly honest with our children, from the perspective of what was going on without using the cancer word, if that makes any sense. So cancer is a very scary word to many, particularly the older generation. So like for my grandmother, for example, when you use the cancer word, that was automatic death. And so we actually didn't tell her how sick I was until after I was on the recovering. She just thought I had a good diet. And I had a real hair wig. I think I shared it with you early on, that looked exactly like the hair I lost. So in any case, which I didn't feel good about being dishonest with her, but I could understand that for her in her lifetime, when somebody was told they had cancer, that was an automatic death. And that's not something that you want to think about for your grandchild, of course, even if they're an adult. So that's not the case anymore, fortunately. I'm here to tell you that, and there's many others to tell you that. Now, it is the case sometimes, right? The technology, while it's greatly improved in the lifetimes that we've had, my grandma was 100 when she died, so she saw quite a bit. In any case, I digress. So my children were quite young, but we still talked to them about cancer from the perspective of, and this was the conversation, right? You have to talk to them at their level. So that conversation went like this. Mom's sick. Some of her cells inside of her body are attacking her. And so the doctors are giving her medicine to attack those cells. And that medicine, right, is making her feel sick and tired and making her lose her hair. And it's also impacting her ability to fight germs. So if you go out and you're playing with your friends, and when you come home, before you can hug mom, you have to take a bath or a shower. And you always have to use your hand sanitizer or wash your hands in the sink, because we have to make sure that we don't bring any extra germs into the house, because the medicine that they're giving mom will make her sick from just regular germs that you guys can handle. You know, those kinds of conversations. And it was a little scary for them, I'm sure. And it's certainly not a good experience to see your mom laid up like that. I can remember still that we had a twin bed in the back of the family room. We're fortunate to have pretty big area in the family room. So the back is kind of like a hallway. So we kind of just set it there in the back corner. And oftentimes I would lay on that bed instead of going upstairs to my room so that I could be with them, kind of. I mean, but I was kind of knocked out. In those days, and I think they still do give Ativan as an anti-nausea drug, but as you all may or may not know, Ativan is a very old psychiatric drug, and it really just knocks you out, right? It makes you sleep, and I guess the nausea subsides from the perspective of you're basically unconscious and woozy or whatever. But my experience this time with the anti-nausea drugs, is that if I don't take them when I need them, then I actually get awoken from sleep. So I'm not sure how the Ativan works, so it must have some properties, but in any case, I did sleep quite a bit in the living room or the family room, but the kids had the opportunity to climb into bed with me if they wanted, as long as they were clean. And, it made me more available, even though I was sick, for what that's worth. So that's where I'm going back to that message. If we could start teaching everyone that this is an important thing, right? It's not just for soldiers who go away and might die, or it's not for people that are having surgeries, or, right? I guess my comment is, how do I articulate this? Thinking. There are certain conditions for which the probability of death is a little bit higher than just walking out your front door. In our minds, at least. Right? So risky surgeries, a soldier, maybe a firefighter or a policeman, unfortunately. In this day and age, maybe healthcare workers, right? And maybe in those cases, you might take this precaution and set down your feelings on paper or in a video, or on a voicemail or on a voice memo so that you can share them, so they can be shared with your loved ones in the worst case, right? But I guess my comment is, it's the same comment I've been telling you every day, right? Tomorrow's not guaranteed for any of us. No matter what the level of risk is, when I step out the door, there's still risk. And therefore, I think that it would be responsible and loving thing to have some message created, whether it's on paper or on voice or on video, for all of our loved ones, so that they know the importance that they played in your life and your wishes for them for the future, and all those kinds of things. So that's where I'm coming from. I think it's a good idea. I hope that you share my thoughts, and maybe getting out of that one-dimensional letter writing, if that's not your thing, maybe a video or a voice recording would accomplish the same thing. So it could go on a flash drive into that box wherever it would go, and folks could see it when they needed to. Or it could go to YouTube privately or unlisted with the links in an email or something that you could send to one designated person that can go retrieve them if needed. Anything like that, right? Okay, so let's keep going. How am I? I think I'm okay. Overall, most of my symptoms have eased up. Overall, I'd say I'm not so much feeling like a cancer patient, but I'm still not full energy for what that's worth. And I'm not clear on if that's just old age, that's accumulation of the chemotherapy. I'm leaning towards that because I'm only a couple weeks older than I was the last time I had full energy. So I really think it's probably just accumulation of the chemo and just battling back from that. So although the outward symptoms seem to have abated for the most part, we know that chemotherapy is cumulative, and 5 cycles of this nastiness, maybe this is the side effect I can't shake off. I'm recording is not fatigue, but and I agree it's not fatigue, but it's just the power, the overall power, strength. I don't know how to articulate it. I just don't feel like I'm full power. Full energy is better. Like the same analogy with the battery. I just don't feel like the battery is fully charging. And so I don't feel like I can give everything the same get up and go. I'm sorry. I'm not doing too well with my words today. I apologize. All right. So that's where I'm at. I'd say how I'm feeling overall is pretty good. Not feeling so cancer patient-y, not feeling those cancer patient symptoms. The only lingering thing that really is significant is the not full energy. And that's significant for me because I like to be at full energy. Now today, I did something a little different. I drank some cacao. Like, it's not cocoa, it's cacao. So it's like the cacao, and it has, I think it's called I'm going to put it on the screen. I can't remember. Androgen? Nope. I don't think that's how it's pronounced. But it's got some energy in it. A little bit of caffeine, not much. Like fraction, 7th, 5th, something like that of coffee. It's very small on the caffeine scale. But it's got other energy-enhancing properties, I'll say. And I had a cup of that this afternoon, hoping that it would help with the energy. I didn't notice a significant difference, to be honest, but maybe I would have been much more tired if I hadn't done it. So I don't know. And I also, I ordered today, I ordered it yesterday, something called mud water, which has got some, it's a chai and cacao and some mushroom concoction that's supposed to be good for immunity and energy and GI health and all kinds of things like that I thought might help, couldn't hurt. And so I did a little sample. I think it's a 30-day sample. I'm going to try it out, and then I'm going to discontinue. If I like it, there are some better options for like DIY for less expensive, so I'll probably pursue that, but we'll see. I'm considering it, but I don't know if I'm going to like it even, so I wanted to just give it a try. All right, so moving on. There were no angel deliveries today that I know of, although I don't think anybody got the mail. In any case, that's fine. All right, and doctor news. No real doctor news. Just want to mention that I do have a telehealth with my oncologist on Wednesday morning. And I think also I did get the name of a oncological gynecologist that I would like to see if they'll take me, even though I have no active considerations now. I just have a strong history, to see if they'll take me like for my annuals. They're a little bit of distance from here, but I think it's worth the trip to get the doctor was highly recommended, and I would like to see a doctor that I really have faith in and that knows their stuff. So I'm gonna maybe call them over the course of the next week and see if I can get an appointment there. All right, so that's my doctor news. Let's go on to my ta-da list. All right, ta-da. I worked. I hydrated. I did respond to the donor mail, that lovely mail that I shared with you guys yesterday. I did start a new crochet project. I'll share it with you guys when we can make a little more progress. It's kind of it's not there yet. I hope I like it. I'm not sure you'll like it. I did do some cleaning, not as much as I would like, but I'm going to call that a win. And I made dinner, and I did some charity miles. So overall, not too shabby. Team of 18, and we walked 1,227. I'm sorry, I said it again. And we moved 1,227 miles. I have to say move because could be walking or biking, so I don't want to assume. Walking, biking, or running. So great job, everyone. Thank you so much. So our team is right here, and there's also information down below in the description box if you'd like to join us. You're welcome to join us. Thank you so much. Okay, now my to-do list. My must-do for tomorrow is actually longer than it's been in a while, so let me tell you about it. I need to work. I gotta hydrate. I have to make porridge plus for the week. I made my last pre-made today, and I have some for tomorrow, but I need to make for the rest of the week. I need to roast my pecans. I've gone through all the roasted pecans. I'd like to make balsamic vinaigrette. We have like salad and cucumbers and all that kind of stuff. I want to eat some more greens. I need to compose a list of doctor questions for tomorrow morning's doctor appointment. My would love to do is to crochet some more and to clean some more. So that is what I have on tap for today and tomorrow. So if you just came for story time, thank you so much for coming. We will see you tomorrow. Oh, on the self-care item, I don't know if you guys noticed, I lost 2 of my nails, my painted nails. I think that today marks 3 weeks since I painted them, so that's pretty good. And there's 1 or 2 more that might come off soon, so I'm deciding if I just want to put the same color back on or maybe make it a contrasting color and just paint them as they come off. I'm so lazy. But it does make me feel good to have the nails on, so I'm happy about that. Okay, so I digress. All right, so we're going to go on to daily symptoms and statistics, and we're going to try something new today. Please let me know down below or message me personally, however you prefer, what you think. This is the plan. I'm not going to talk. I'm just going to share the data with you, and then we're going to close out. So here are the daily symptoms and statistics. Thank you so much for joining me today. Love you. Every day is a gift. Live it. We'll see you tomorrow.